Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to our Madden NFL 2005 Lifers franchise, Season 3, Week 12.
Year of the Mad Bomber.
Ha!
Because,
It's supposed to be Year of the Linebacker, damn it.
yeah, I know. Well, your linebackers are piling up the sacks. Both of them, actually, both of the outside guys.
Yeah, I was expecting the guy on the right, Seymour, to underperform because of his low strength, but he's not doing that bad.
He's actually second in the league in sacks behind Greg May.
But he is 5 or 6 sacks behind Greg May.
I know, but he's a couple ahead of the third place guy, right? But anyway, yes, RecV5X's defense is performing extremely well, allowing only about 6 points per game, which is phenomenal. But it's been overshadowed a little bit by the rather explosive passing attack that I seem to have developed.
Yeah, you ended up getting an entry in the paper over this too.
Yes, in the if we look at the local newspaper,
Which usually predicts when you first start that you're going to lose everything anyways.
yeah,
Some local newspaper.
it says that I've reached a milestone. RecV5X has reached a milestone, passing for 4,271 yards.
In 11 games.
And that's in 10 games.
Yeah, 10 games.
My previous personal best in passing yardage was a roughly 4,200 yards for the entire season. So definitely this new system that I've kind of eventually evolved into seems to be working out pretty well. Anyway, our next game is the return match against the St. Louis Scorpions.
Oh god, this is going to be a blowout.
Yep. I expect that May and Seymour will probably feast in this one.
Ha!
And by the way, interior linemen are having a banner year this year too. Interior defensive linemen, defensive tackles.
Yeah.
Because RecV5X is actually pretty good at playing defensive line and better than I am at it. And he has taken full advantage of a couple of the players that I acquired during my tenure as the defensive coordinator.
Like Brooks.
Yeah.
Grimm. But it's important to be really good at defensive tackle if you're playing a three-man line type of defensive setup, right? Because your responsibility is to seal off the run in the middle, as well as to try to generate some pressure there and occupy double-team blocks and things like that. You actually have a very important role. I wouldn't just leave that to an AI player, because they'd run right through you all the time.
Yeah, whereas in my defensive scheme, I played a lot more 4 and even 5-man line. So I was basically relying on quantity as opposed to quality. On as for defensive line play in the middle, right? I discouraged my opponents from running up the middle by putting lots of linemen in there.
Mm-hmm. I guess Avery Newman there is their quarterback.
Yep.
Looks like he's a player to watch, middle linebacker, and then they got a strong wide receiver at number 86.
Yeah, but it didn't do them any good the first time we played them. I think it was actually one of the worst mismatches of the season so far.
Yeah, that was actually a rather forgettable game for me.
Yep, and don't forget that back in Season 1 was when I set the single-game sack record by a single player, as well as the single-game sack record for the season for a game. I sacked these Scorpions 23 times in one game, and Lamar Holt got 15 of those sacks.
Wow.
So these guys are not good at protecting their quarterback.
Oh, look, but they're talking up John Mike Houston.
Yeah, well, he's been having a good season.
Rough season compared to last season for him, though.
I don't know. I think that he'll probably end up with around 1,600 yards receiving again this season. Very likely. It's just that he's being overshadowed by the superstar on the other side, right?
Yeah, the wide receiver who can't catch.
Quincy White.
Although he's starting to get better at catching finally. His catching rating after the last a couple games, because I think last game was progression week.
Yep.
Ended up going up to 70.
Yeah, which is actually not half bad. I've done better with worse players. That being said, just with the way that the AI plays defense in this game, having a wide receiver with 99 speed is absolutely amazing. Because all you do is run the ball 2 or 3 times, and then when they start pulling those safeties up to the line and they got 11 guys right on the line of scrimmage, you just audible to a streak and throw it over everybody's heads, and that guy just runs under it.
Okay, so they got a sort of speedy tight end.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, these guys like to pass. They don't really run the ball that much.
And lots of speed at wide receiver.
But they do a terrible job of protecting their quarterback. I think you ate them up in the last time we played them, too. You know, like I think you got 7 or 8 sacks on these guys the last time we played, if I remember right.
Well, I'll just have to make sure not to have a catastrophic collapse this time.
I don't think there's going to be any catastrophic collapsing on the defense's side here. Ooh.
That almost could have caused a fumble.
Yeah, that looked rough.
Well, normally I'd come out in the nickel wide against this sort of thing, but it might be a little early to do that yet. Or maybe it wouldn't have been.
Well, you got double teamed there, right? Like you beat the first guy, and then the second, another lineman picked you up when you got by him, right?
Yep. Yeah, that happens a lot.
Everything in the playbook is an option.
2nd and 2 coming up here. Newman with split backs. Closing in.
Oh, boy.
Had his hands on it.
You talk about timing.
He's got 2 interceptions this season already, too, so that's actually kind of dangerous throwing the ball into his zone.
They appear to be almost mirror images of each other.
Yeah, both of these teams can do something.
Well, apparently statistically on paper, we're the same type of team.
Yeah.
Away from this one with a win.
Tosses it left.
Well, that didn't have much hope.
You know, Johnny, he always seems to be in perfect position to make a play.
He's all about effort. His motor's always running at 100%.
Well, you almost got a takeaway there on that first possession.
Very solid defensive effort to force the
I don't know.
out.
I mean, you know, it's going to be like one of those quantity over quality type of things, right? He's a defensive lineman and he can't catch worth a shit.
From the 37. Loose
Oh! Oh, Seymour got it.
Nope.
Oh, okay, well.
I had like lots of room to return that and I still fumbled it.
Yeah. Well, I'd say no more, oh, you're going to challenge it, are you? Okay. I'd say no more punt returns because you know what? The punt return game in this one is just too dangerous, right?
Correct call, then reverse it.
And we'll take a few looks to determine whether.
Well, that looks like it might have been a good challenge. We'll see.
The key thing here is that the ball started to come out.
Depends on if his ass hit the ground before the ball came out, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it makes you wonder how a guy with 99 carrying can fumble on a punt return.
Yeah, well, you know, these things. Punt returns, I think you're particularly vulnerable to fumbles anyway. Yeah, that was a good challenge. There you go.
Good early game challenge.
Yep.
So the coach looks a lot smarter after getting the play reversed in his team's favor.
It didn't hurt that the official had some great.
The coach looked a lot smarter. That means that somebody from the sidelines there came up with a little handkerchief and wiped the drool from under his chin.
Hand it off.
Unfortunately, your blocking just didn't hold up there.
No.
Wasn't able to get anything going.
Well, we managed to not lose any yards, though.
Very quickly. That's just the case of studying game film this week paying off. You know what they like to run.
And on first down, what else can you really hope for, right?
Yeah.
You just want to not lose any yards so that you're not any worse off than 2nd and 10.
Especially after a change of possession where they steal all that time from you.
He tucks it away.
Wow, did that guy ever get low to make the tackle there?
Yep. Well, if you're going to tackle Gaines, though, that's pretty much what you have to do. If you try and grab him by the shoulder pads, he'll just pull out of it, eh?
Yeah, because he's a big, strong back.
Yeah.
Slow, but big and strong. And somewhat agile for a guy his size, too.
And he's a pretty good run blocker, too.
Oh, well, no, not so much. If he performed well on that play, it was anything but because of his stats. On paper, he is a terrible blocker. He's the worst blocker on the team. He's worse than Quincy White at blocking.
Well.
It's like his only weakness as a player, other than the fact that he's maybe somewhat slow, although that actually doesn't seem to be much of a weakness, considering he's very agile and can turn on a dime, and can break tackles pretty well. And he holds on to the ball well, too. He's a reliable ball carrier. He's just not a good blocker. He's really the feature ball carrier of an offense.
Yeah. Not only that, but in spite of his lack of speed, he still leads the league in 20-plus yard runs.
Looks like he's calling an audible. Green, the motion.
Although most of those runs are like 21 yards, but...
Yeah.
Okay, well...
He's looking, throws it, right to it. Dives.
Easy catch.
Yeah.
At the 20. Nice job buying a little bit of time and then completing the pass for the first down.
That's another one of those things that you really need to be careful on defense. He likes to open things up a little downfield, buying time by rolling out or bootlegging.
See, this makes no sense, right? You put 3 wide receivers on the field,
Houston comes
and they come out with a 4-3. Like, you know, if I were to audible to a pass here, I would definitely have a huge advantage, right?
Give it to the halfback. No one is going to...
Well, that's okay, because you don't need to audible to a pass, because you have the 10-yard stretch run.
Yep.
He had a chance to stop him, but he was able to shake off the tackler for the first.
Yeah, and as a back,
Yeah, he's not even a particularly good tackle breaker either.
If you can break one tackle, it can lead to some good yardage.
Looks like he's changing the play. Again from the run.
Ooh, somebody just didn't block that guy.
Yeah, they didn't contain him very well.
That was just a defensive line getting lower than the offensive line. When your defensive guys up front can control the
I don't think that had anything to do with the defensive line there, John. I think that was just a linebacker coming around the edge.
Look at that. They got 11 guys in the box. Wow.
They're just terrified of Gaines' rushing attack.
I guess so.
He surveys the field, rolls out to his left. Takes the grab. Number 6.
But that pattern will beat man coverage more often than not, too, right?
Yeah, it takes a pretty talented coverage guy in order to cover that route man coverage.
And usually that player will also, because he's a fullback, he'll draw linebacker coverage too, right?
Yeah, and most of them, some of them can be okay coverage guys, but most of them aren't. At least not compared to what you'd need to be, because we've seen like defensive backs Superman and lay out on their belly midair and swat that down, but for the most part it's actually kind of a difficult route to cover.
Yeah.
You'll see all Madden players try to wrap around and pick it off, but nobody has that kind of talent normally.
Boy, getting awfully close to the sideline there.
Yeah.
Oh, you let that one bounce and it went out. Would have been fun if that had bounced back into the middle of the field, eh?
Yeah.
Or even took a funny hop and hit him. That would have been entertaining too.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Pressure coming, throwing. Incomplete.
I think there was some
that might have been defensive pass interference there, yeah. But they don't really throw flags in this game, so.
Levy, the lone setback. Hank gets right in there and brings him down. And
Look at
look
that
at
tackle
Hanks.
for a loss. Wow.
I'll tell you, he's one of the most knowledgeable defenders in the league. He knows how to
But that was your nickelback moving over to cover that tight end, right?
Yep.
And he's a smart player too. He's got a high awareness, so he just went roaring right in there as soon as he saw the handoff.
Under pressure, throws it, and he makes the grab. Number 41 takes him down at the 50.
Watch it here. This is a great
well.
ball on third down to keep this drive alive.
You can't get all the stops.
Yeah, that's that good tight end that you were looking at, right?
Yeah, I had him in man coverage, but I guess he must have beat his man anyways just because he's a high-rated player,
Yeah.
even if I've got a defensive back on him.
Man in motion. With the carry.
Oh, I went to go to the left because they were starting to the left, and then I had to cut back over there.
Yeah, well, you caught him anyway.
Gave up a pretty good game there, though.
Yeah, but you could see the downfield blocking developing too, right? Like if you hadn't come up and made that play, that might have been a touchdown, right?
Calling an audible now. Pressure.
Oh, there he is.
They just blanketed the receiver.
Yeah, they were trying to be cheesy there. They lined up in 5 wide receivers.
Yeah, and then they had a wide receiver trying to block in the backfield, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and Seymour just ran him over.
Third and 7.
And that guy is number 2 in the league in sacks, right?
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Dropping back, gets rid of it, and it's caught.
Oh, that's too bad. I even had a short zone over the middle there, though.
Now, this is one heck of
Yeah.
a play. Look at it.
Sometimes you can call everything right, and it just doesn't matter.
Come through with this perfect play that gets him a first and keeps the drive
I thought the
going.
pass rush was going to get him there, actually, because they were really closing in. So you can see Hanks there. He's sort of the third deepest player there.
Closing in.
And he moved over when you did the man lock, right?
You got so much stuff going on out there. You got to get off the line. You got to run a good route. You have to read the defense. You got to get open. But the most important thing you do after all that is you have to catch the ball.
Calling an audible now. Right, moves in motion.
What are they doing now?
Dropping back.
Leaving extra guys in the block.
And he's ridden out at the 23-yard line.
I'm pretty sure he was like one of 2 routes that went out there on that play.
Yeah, probably. He left lots of extra blockers in, and he probably had one guy on each side, right?
Yeah.
And when you're throwing that hook out, and if you're lucky and you get man coverage, though, that's when you can get away with that kind of stuff, right?
The quarterback lines up with 2 options behind him. Throwing. Incomplete pass. That good pass rush forces the erratic pass.
I'm not sure how they got through, but the defense really wanted the quarterback.
This is the 10th play of this drive.
Ooh, they're driving. Ooh.
Well, they're trying.
The offense lines up with split backs behind the quarterback.
Oh, he got him.
Had to work for that one.
Yeah.
Gets the set.
And speaking of packing, he's going to be packing an ice bag on the sideline after taking that hit.
Yes, Holt and the Scorpions quarterbacks are well acquainted.
Levy, the lone setback. Right, the motion man. Dropping back.
Yeah. I think somebody didn't go out into the
Not sure why he held on so long. You've gotta
He was doing coverage, and then he flattened a guy, and then he came over. That was Carey.
Yeah, I think he audibled a wide receiver to pass block there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the hell that was.
Oh, well. It turned into a 2-yard sack anyway.
Yeah, well, Carey's a lot bigger than a wide receiver. He's like 235 pounds.
Which would give them their first
He's
score
almost
of the day.
linebacker sized.
The veteran kicks it
Well,
through.
they had to settle for a field goal after all that time of possession.
Or rather, they still made a field goal, damn it.
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return. From the 6-yard line to the 20. The defense gave up a touchdown on the last series. So
Well, we'll have to see how they play now. They played absolutely terribly the first time we played them.
Yeah, they were not very good.
Tucks it away.
They're just like, what's pass coverage? Well, pass coverage is the ref backer back there.
He just exploded towards the marker that time. That was a big-time run.
1st and 10.
Well, so far I've been able to run against these guys a little bit.
Yeah, well, they're playing more pass coverage, I guess, this time around. They kind of have to, though, because, I mean, look at what we did in the first time. I think he scored over 100 points.
They give it to the halfback. Holling takes him down.
That was just speed there. I was able to run to the sideline faster than they could chase me, right?
Yep,
Second down.
just a foot race.
There, this is a good defensive alignment, right? If I were limited to the vanilla playbooks and I had to play defense against someone like me, that's how I would line up.
Hand it off to the fullback.
And yes, maybe it's a bit vulnerable against the run up the middle, but you know what? That's not going to happen every single time either, right?
They'll have to make
Yep.
some adjustments to slow this guy down.
1st and 10.
That being said, I would also put a nickel defense out when I see 3 wide receivers.
Number 6.
Even though I'm going to run this anyway.
Anderson.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Managed to break the tackle anyway on the drop block.
37-yard line.
Yeah, well, maybe Anderson will get a little better at that kind of thing.
Passing game.
Under a yard to go.
Yeah, that shouldn't have gone anywhere after that drop block. But then again, though, the block shouldn't have been dropped either.
Looks like he's changed.
Because that wasn't even a case of the defender beating the blocker. That was just a case of that blocker ignoring the defender, right?
Yeah, more block fuckery.
Drops back. Gets the pass off.
Boy, I'm glad he came open as quick as he did, because there was somebody coming. I saw him out of the corner of my eye there, right?
Yep.
I was about to get sacked there.
Thing is, they'll be
You
doing
might have
more
still
than
got
just
hit
picking up
there.
first downs
Who knows?
if this success continues. They're going to be picking up some
I've only
points.
thrown 3 passes in this game so far. Ooh,
Directing traffic.
They're like, don't worry, we'll solve that problem for you.
yeah.
You're going to throw all the passes in this game now.
Passing on 1st down. With the throw.
Look
Oh.
at this.
They didn't even cover him.
Your face palming. I can see it right there.
Now, that's just how they practice.
They didn't even cover him.
They all the time to practice, and they use
Or
their
it was a broken coverage, because that happens sometimes too, right? See, it looks like maybe he's lined up to cover him, and he's supposed to cover him, and he's supposed to cover him. But watch what happens. It's like that guy freezes for a second and he forgets what he's supposed to do, right? And I'm pretty sure, like, number 36 there,
It's
right?
supposed to be covering Quincy
I'm
White.
pretty sure he's a corner, right? But anyway,
Let's get back to the play on the field.
The bunch formation broke him.
yeah, that was definitely a case of a blown coverage, right?
They'll line up for the
I think they had the coverage there. He just blew it.
And it's on its way. The point after is good.
Yeah, that's where the ref is on the sidelines and he toes and he like tears his headset in half and throws the clipboard on the ground.
He's really struggling now to make
Yeah.
plays.
The offense
No, I
seems
could
to
see
have a
you.
number of
You
things.
had
They
your
need to rethink
you
their
had the
strategy.
you were doing the face palm thing there, because I know you're a dedicated defense guy.
Ah!
And even when you see somebody else screw up like that, it hurts, right?
I don't know. I just don't like giving up big plays.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, that one definitely, at least there should have been a guy there covering.
St. Louis.
It just looks like he, and not only that, he didn't even turn around the wrong way. He didn't turn around at all. He just sort of stood still, right?
You know, the best kind of pass coverage is none.
Yeah.
It's 1st and 10.
That was actually kind of strange when you look at it.
Newman using split pass. Pressure coming.
Ooh, ooh.
This one
Too bad Jamie
falls
Boston can't
complete.
catch.
Well, it looked like he overran that just a little bit. It was a bit behind him, right?
They're big and they're strong and they're fast. Opposing offensive line sure have their hands full.
I think that the quarterback was throwing that away there because he didn't want to get hit, right? Or sacked. Oh, here comes the extra blocking help. Look at that, he came over and did
Cut
it
block, too.
Yeah.
No, it didn't matter, though.
Was that number 75?
Yeah, they've got a number 75 out there at 5 wide receivers.
Well, it's no wonder that guy dropped the ball. He's an offensive lineman. That number, that means he's an offensive lineman.
I guess they don't have enough wide receivers on the team.
Yeah, you know who 75 is on our team? Brooks, right? Who
Yeah.
was an offensive lineman.
Quarterback gets set with
Yeah.
only one back behind him. With the throw.
Ooh,
Oh, that was badly
somebody got
misplayed.
greedy there, yeah.
Brings him down at the 32-yard line. Good read, finding the single coverage in the secondary. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of offense you have where you've got a fucking offensive lineman as a tight end.
Drops
Like,
back, pressure, gets the pass off.
you're obviously not intending to throw passes to that guy.
The funny thing is, he wasn't even a tight end. They lined up in 5 wide receivers on the play call screen.
Yeah, that's strange.
Running them effectively takes a lot of repetition and practice.
1st and 10.
Well, they got their start. They got a couple of passes, and now they're rolling again.
Newman with a man in motion.
Oh, he missed the tackle there.
Makes the play at the 48. And John is still trying to move.
Yeah,
the
he's
ball
just
in
been
the
cutting around me. I can't move fast enough to switch sides after he switches sides.
That's okay. The safety came up and made the play, and they only got 5 on that one.
It helps to slow down those pass rushers.
ball right around midfield. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Throwing. This pass is incomplete.
Yeah, deflect the receiver.
Gets to him just as the ball arrives.
Yeah.
He knocks it loose.
Yeah, I wonder how many of those are actually supposed to be fumbles.
I don't know. Hanks kind of forced that one, though, right? He put the hit on the guy while he was trying to catch it.
Well, good. That's why we work on tackling on this team.
Levy in the backfield. Drops back. Closing in. Gets the pass off. Seymour
There you go.
knocked that ball out of the receiver's hands before he was able to get control of it.
Yeah, we see a lot of football popping up when he
Pass
makes contact.
defense, textbook.
His instincts
Yeah.
know when to deliver the
Yeah,
Look at,
you-
look at him play the ball.
Yeah, you deflect the receiver so he can't catch the ball, right?
That's right.
Here's the punt. Fair catch.
I don't think that was a very good punt.
No, it wasn't a very good punt.
First and 10.
Oh, come on, you guys. Really?
Yep.
Wow.
This is going to be a repeat.
Passing on first down.
See, Quincy White could play tight end on my team.
40. Out of bounds. At the 50.
Well, he caught that one.
Yeah, when you put together a great pass with a heck of a catch, that's exactly what you're going to get.
Looks like he's calling an audible. pass play here on first down. He surveys the field, throwing on the run.
Oh, he dropped it.
He's getting old.
Oh, I dropped that one right into his hands too, and he dropped it.
Bring it in for the catch.
He's just getting old, man.
Yep.
It's like pretty soon I'm gonna have to get the pirate hook treatment. Same one they got on defense.
Yeah.
Directing traffic. Gets rid of it. And it's
Well, he caught that one.
Pulls him down at the 40. Number 6 seems to put every throw.
I mean, that's okay. If we worked on John Mike Houston's tackling for like 10 seasons, he could play corner for me.
It seems like just about every throw is a
You
good
think?
one. He's not
Yeah.
the kind of guy who's gonna
I mean, that'd be
throw a
plus
lot of
30
balls in
tackling
coverage.
points.
On the pull.
Ooh, just barely got enough there.
He bowls straight ahead for the first
Well,
down.
but that's why he's a big guy.
Did a heck of a job of just driving
That's
back
his
that
job
line.
description.
When you win that battle, it's tough to stop him when you only need a couple yards.
Hudson in motion. Hand it off to the back.
You had it, but you just got stuck.
Yeah, I got stuck. I couldn't. Well, it was a pretty tight gap too, though, right?
Consistent and effective will help the offense dictate the pace of the game.
But I didn't want to try and slip outside there because then I figured that outside guy would slide off his block and get me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I kept trying to push through that little tiny gap there. Well, I'm not sure what happened there. There was a bunch of my own guys in my way.
Run on that play.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
Convert for the first. They'll have to get the ball inside the 29-yard line.
Well, they got the nickel defense out there.
And you got the slant pass.
Yep, I got the slant pass. Gotta like that slant.
He put that one right on the
I mean,
money.
hey, they do it as much as we
Play a
do.
little pitch and catch.
Yep.
It's the primary pass route they throw over the middle is the slant pass. Or a variation of it, like the slower deep in.
Number 6 sends
Yeah.
a man in motion.
I don't usually try to throw that one though because I don't have much faith that I can stay on my feet.
Downfield, going deep,
Oh,
looking
I
inside
overthrew
the
him.
end zone.
I got greedy and I was trying for the end zone there.
Get it to his target.
I think primarily they must throw those deep ins to faster wide receivers, right? It must be like a pacing thing, like
Yeah, maybe.
He sees something in the defense. Number 6 with a man in motion. Dropping back. Pressure
Ooh.
coming. It's rid of it.
well, he can't catch that one if it's not thrown at him.
Yeah, that was not very good blocking there, I think.
Bringing pressure and forcing a bad throw.
Tenth play of this drive. Here's a look at the third down success rate of each team.
Third down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays when they need them.
Drops back. He surveys the field.
Okay, that didn't quite work out coverage-wise the way I thought it would.
Yeah, they're like, we'll give you the short curl.
Yeah, I thought that maybe I would have single coverage on that guy running the corner route on the left. But then they rolled the safety over there, right?
Yep.
And I wasn't really expecting them to do that.
Yeah, I think they had a cover 3 there.
39-yard field goal try.
Oh, look at this. I made a field goal.
I like how that's the celebratory moment.
And it's
Yeah. I actually kicked a field goal, yeah. My kicking hasn't been very good this season, right? Like, I can't even hardly kick a kickoff inbounds. Never mind kick a field goal.
You know, Benson left the Jack Daniels on the sideline, right?
He gets the kick away. From the 4.
Oh, he was going to try to slip outside you there.
Yep. Trying to figure out this defense.
Well, he's getting lots of tackles today.
1st and 10.
Oh, I went the wrong way. Damn it.
22-yard line. Just a short pickup on that play, John.
They're just trying to get this run established. You can get it going.
Here you were talking up my
for the other options you have on offense.
Line play. I'm playing awful today.
Well, I don't know. Your defensive end managed to come over and make the tackle there after only a 3-yard gain.
The backs are lined up in an eye. They give it to the halfback. Holman makes the stop at the 27-yard line.
Wow, your cornerback had to come over and make the tackle there.
Well, thankfully he was there, though.
1 yard to go.
I don't think there's any deep threat going on here.
Nice job so far on 3rd down for the offense, and we'll see if that continues here.
Oh, yeah, you can accept that penalty, and then they can back up 10 yards.
The offense will have to try again.
Now the offense faces 3rd and forever.
Third and forever.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now 3rd down with a long way to go after the penalty on the offense.
Oh, you're going for the speed, eh?
The defense has had difficulty stopping them on 3rd down.
Oh, man.
Oh, then he threw the hook out anyway.
Oh, man.
At the 33.
Well, it looks like they won that battle of wills.
Yeah, although I was on position in the right time, but
Yeah.
Put the ball on you.
they decided they wanted to throw that hook out.
Yeah.
Ball on their own 33. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
Well, you got him that time.
Yep.
Levy was dragged down before he could get to the line of scrimmage.
They have great size and quickness up front. That allows them to hold up against the run while also giving them the speed to rush the passer when they drop back to pass.
Levy in the backfield. Setting up play action. Incomplete pass. Boston was in perfect position and knocked that pass away.
That's what you look for. You have guys watch film each week to try and figure out where he likes to
See,
go.
they seem to be trying to throw to the flats a little bit less than the last time we played them, eh? They're trying to throw the ball down the field a little more this time.
6th play of this drive.
And throw those hook outs and stuff like that more.
Newman from the shotgun. Watt in motion. Stepping up. He's looking.
Ooh, throws the bomb.
There's no way that was going to get completed.
3rd down, but he couldn't get the ball to the receiver.
Right? Deep zone is a job description.
Yep.
Right, you don't play safety, you play deep zone. That's what they mark on your jersey. That's what it says on the clipboard there.
Yeah.
DZ.
Oh, you don't have any safeties on this team. They're deep zone guys, right?
That's right.
It says deep zone guy.
Yeah, DZG.
1st and 10. Scorpions come out in a nickel package. Hand it off to the back.
Oh, look at that. The way that developed. I didn't think that was going to go anywhere, but it actually turned out okay.
Yeah, you got lucky too. It looked like the safety kind of bit into the middle of the field and then he couldn't get back outside to pursue you either.
Yeah, well, that's because I was looking to run up the middle at first, right? And then when I saw everybody collapse toward the middle, well, then I just started heading toward the outside.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, you talk about your depleter. That's what happened there. He unloaded and he got a depleter.
Looks like he's changing the play. Martin.
Oh,
Yeah, somebody didn't block that guy, and he just came right through.
The defense is always very aggressive when defending the run.
Well, I have to say, they are playing better than they did the first time we played them.
if they hadn't been, this would have been awful.
Yeah.
Unbearable. Another unbearable game of Madden NFL 2005.
Very shallow punt.
Nice punt.
Yeah.
That was a big one, actually.
Yeah, for a pooch punt, that one actually rolled quite a ways after it landed.
Ball on their own 9. Levy in the backfield. Martin in motion. Backing off. Passing on first down.
Ooh,
Throwing.
you see that? Seymour got another hit on him there, eh?
Coverage
Yep.
downfield as the pass falls incomplete.
He had some room up in front of him to scramble out of the pocket and pick up a few yards. Maybe he should have done that.
Levy is the deep back. Under
Well, he's got him again.
Oh, now they're coming out in a big set.
Are they? Well, yeah, they are backed up to their 4-yard line, so. And you thought Seymour wasn't a good linebacker, hey? He's got 2 sacks in this game.
Shifting some personnel up front. They've done very well on 3rd down to this point. Hurdles the defender. Big pop that time.
You want someone there to tell you to watch out.
Well, they didn't really have any other options there. Unless they wanted to punt.
Well, I mean, that really wouldn't have made any difference. They could have thrown an incomplete pass and then punted and been more or less in the same position they are now.
Here's the kick. And he chooses not to return.
I think they're really hoping that they can come up with a defensive stop to bail them out here.
Almost at the 2-minute mark.
That's
now.
more or less what that was.
Calling an audible. They give it to the halfback. Diving tackle to bring him down. Good solid run there, and that's exactly what they will be looking for all day long on the ground.
See here. See how they had the line shifted?
Yep.
Okay, so number 74 there, he loses his, like he gets beaten eventually, but the guy, I was lucky, the guy beat him to the other side, right?
Yeah. In much the same way I tend to.
Yeah. And this is basically just a halfback sprint, like a backstep sprint.
Yep.
And all I'm doing is just sprinting to the left. And, like I get lucky there, the guard manages to hold on to his guy just long enough for me to get by him. And the tackle there gets up the field and blocks that linebacker. And it looks like
And we go back to
the tight end managed to run a little bit of interference on the safety there, which allowed me to pick up a few yards before he came up to stop me.
They come out in the nickel. Hands it off.
Oh, look at this!
The 30.
Oh!
The 20.
Run, Gaines, run! Yeah!
An incredible run.
Oh, that was pretty. Oh, wow.
I think that's got to be like the first long touchdown run of his career.
No, he's had a couple of long runs, but yeah, that was nice. Look at that, eh? Wow. This is a guy with 79 speed, people. But he's got 80 plus agility and
87 agility
and 80 plus acceleration, right?
Yeah.
So actually what made this happen is when we started off here, we got our 2 fullbacks leading in front of me here.
Yep.
And look at what number 78 does to that linebacker, right? And then we got the wide receiver running down there, and he doesn't really do too much. But what happened is I saw this mismatch over here.
Yep.
And I saw him in space over here. So I figured, well, you know what? I'm just going to turn and run behind number 20 there and see what happens, right?
Yep.
And sure enough, he comes up and he makes a block for me on the safety, and the corner's coming in. Now, But instead of cutting me off, he's now chasing me,
Yeah,
right?
and then you just change directions and you just...
Yeah. And look at what number 83 there does, right? Eventually. He picks up the free safety.
Yeah.
Right? And that actually turned this run into a touchdown, that wide receiver downfield there.
Yeah, Houston might have been clueless on how to block the strong safety, but then the free safety was right in his path.
That's right. So, yeah, that was a very, very pretty run. I love that. That was a 40-plus yard run anyway.
Must be the first 40-plus yard run of his career.
No, he's had a couple of long ones before, I think, but...
Don't they usually go for like 21 yards?
44-yard run.
They just can't seem to stop him.
Now I'll have to stop the 2-minute offense, though, sadly.
Yeah, sorry I scored so quickly.
From the 5-yard line.
That's how I would rather play, though. I like to run, and I like to have success running. And I ended up developing the passing attack more or less just out of self-defense, because as soon as you start to run the ball a little bit, right away the defense AI has got the box crowded, right?
Lines up with
Yep.
5 wide receivers. Pass play here on first down. Pass was incomplete.
Yeah, they didn't have much of a chance.
Short pass,
Nope.
And it's second down. Newman back in the shotgun. Dropping back. Steps up. Gets rid of it.
There, he's trying to throw the hook out again, but that time the pattern wasn't developed enough.
Yep.
And that gives you a lot of
And there was
flexibility
a bit of
forward.
helpful wide receiver interference. I mean, passionate pass
And you don't have
defense
to
there.
blitz
Yeah.
off,
What we'll call it.
giving you the ability
Passionate
to
pass
double cover
defense.
An opponent's best receiver.
That's sort of like enthusiastic checking, right?
That's right,
yeah.
Pressure.
Ooh.
Throwing.
There, that's the first flat pass I remember seeing, and it wasn't very successful, right?
Yeah, I don't think he threw that because the flats weren't covered. I think he just threw that because he had to throw it away.
Yeah.
That'll make his completion percentage increase, though.
Yeah.
Defense did a great job on that series, pushing them backward. Here's the
Wow, I
punt.
can't believe I stopped the 2-minute
He's
offense.
waiting for the fair catch.
That never happens. They always score when they get the 2-minute offense out there.
After that last touchdown drive,
Well,
try to move the ball on the ground again. Ball at about midfield. Looking for room. There he goes. And he's ridden out at the 42-yard line. Anderson's coverage.
Almost run over the chain gang guy.
Nice job
Yep.
up front, holding their block and allowing him to get a good run for a first down.
I must have gone out of bounds there. The clock stopped.
Hands it off. Dive.
See, I love that I can turn and move ahead like
You
that.
never know when you're going to find some room.
You can't do that with your other backs.
No. But just the fact, I mean, it doesn't look like much, but you know how I'm running toward the outside there, and then you can just see right there that little shift of the shoulders, and now I'm suddenly running straight ahead, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah, well, that's what 87 agility will do for you. You can
first
turn
down
on a
marker is
dime.
Just inside the 32. Changing the play now.
Well, we'll run the clock down a little bit here anyway. And just dive straight ahead and see if we can get some positive yards here against this.
Again, he'll get the call. Henry is the guy who's there to bring it
Easily.
down at the 35-yard line. They ran it there.
Yeah, that's an important part of this team's offense.
Yeah, see, the running game is an important part of your offense. Never mind the fact that you've thrown for a whole season's worth of passing yards.
Yeah. Well, go for the run here on 3rd down and 3, and I think I got a couple of timeouts to work with, so if I make a 1st down here, I can call a timeout.
Pull back handoff.
Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Number 6 stops the clock there.
Everybody can run in this offense. Wow. Okay, well,
5th play of this drive, within scoring distance.
we'll try and take a shot at the end zone. What do you think?
Sure, what the hell.
Passing on first.
So how splits?
Looking downfield, he's going for it all.
Yeah.
Comes down with it.
That was the wrong play call for that situation.
Yeah, totally. That time, like I tried that play earlier,
And they had everybody covered.
and they had everybody covered, so I had to try and scramble. But this time around, though, they had nobody covered. Like,
yeah,
wow.
well, they had a house splits coming.
Yeah, and basically that safety trying to cover a guy by himself, running that corner, and we had White over here running that short curl, and that's what held this guy down in the short part of the field, right?
Yep.
So I was able to throw it over him. So yeah, that was a very, very bad defensive call. I would have called, like a 3 deep zone or some kind of man coverage under 2 or something like that in that situation.
Yeah.
With only 7 seconds left, and they're already in field goal range anyways, you're going to give up a field goal no matter what, right? So you might as well just not give up a touchdown.
You'd think.
Well, with 7 seconds left, even though I had 2 timeouts, I still, if they'd have stopped me outside of the end zone, I still wouldn't have had time to score a touchdown. I would have had to kick a field goal anyway, right?
Back to the field.
Anyway, we need to take a short break here.
Alrighty. And we're back.
Yes, ready to start the second half.
Both teams have lined up and we're set for the second half kickoff. And he got all of that one, a great kick.
After a couple of big plays to end the first half.
I don't think I got back to the 20 there.
No. They actually covered you half decently there, hey?
Yeah, and I didn't have any blocking there either. I couldn't have gone left, I couldn't have gone right.
The home team have really taken control of the game. They come out here in the second half with a lot of momentum. Clearly, John, not the close game we expected. In fact, this one could even end up as a blowout.
Coaching has a lot to do with a
You
team
think?
performance. I think the better coached team clearly have the advantage in this one.
Gaines, the man in motion. Going to the air on first down. Looking for a receiver.
I guess he's a little out of practice because we don't really throw the ball to him a lot.
Yeah.
needs to play a lot better here in the second half, especially against the run.
Oh, they're going to play better against the run in the second half.
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it?
I think that's the last of their worries, really.
Green goes in motion. Looking for an option on the move. And dives and brings him down.
Bites off a huge chunk of yardage.
Throws on the run.
He may actually be better when he moves like that. He's one of those guys who's good at creating. He's good at moving around back there. And then a lot of time he'll give his
Well, you know what?
extra beats
Houston
and
might be
he
an
makes it
aging player, but he's still an offensive weapon, too.
Yeah, I don't think he's lost a step yet either.
No.
He's just been getting better, just slowly, very slowly. His rate of progression is somewhat slow.
Yeah, he drops passes at the most unexpected times, though.
Well, he does still only have, like, catching rating in the 80s, right?
Henry records the stop at the 45-yard line.
Look at Gaines push over the defensive tackle for 2
The
yards.
guy seems to get stronger every time he touches the ball.
Yeah, well, that guy beat his offensive lineman block, right? And basically all I could do was react there.
Green comes in motion.
Yeah, there could be a hole there if they play a zone.
Looking downfield.
But they didn't.
And is made. Houston makes a second catch for a first down on this drive. So we have 1st and 10 here. They've been solid running the ball on 1st down, John.
Yeah, when you gain 5 yards or more, it sets you up in good second
Well,
and third situation.
Looks like I'm just going to end up playing this one straight, hey? Hope for a couple of yards.
Gains. Justice pulls
And
him
get more
back
than a couple.
at the 20-yard line.
Yep.
Gaines has just gone over the century mark.
Oh, well, we just passed 100 yards in the game.
More to go.
Nice.
Hand it off to the back. Scoring is the
Ha!
guy who's there to bring him
And now
back.
they're not going to take it away from him either.
The home team are
Nope.
handling the
He's
defense
got that 100
right
yards.
now. They haven't even had a 3rd down on this drive. 7th play of this drive. Inside enemy territory.
Yeah, I like Gaines. He's a good running back, even if he is slow.
Defense lines up in
Yeah,
the
really, like, statistically on paper, when you first look at him, he looks like dog shit. But he's got good break tackle, he's got 99 carrying, and he's actually somewhat strong for a running back.
receives the handoff. We'll feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, with how
And then
hard
he's
he
also
just
got that
hit,
really
he's
high
gonna be
agility
able to
rating.
hold
And
on to the
agility,
ball.
I think, is something
Seems
that's
like he's
really
picking up
undervalued,
huge
right? You
chunks
don't
of
necessarily
yards
look at a
every
player's
time they
agility
handle
when you
the
first
ball.
look at them.
Well, I find that I can run through the middle with him a lot better than I can with a faster player, right?
Play of this
Yep.
drive.
Because the faster player is just too hard to control when you want to, like kind of weave back and forth and find your way.
I think, too, it's a compromise, right? You'd have to have a lot of agility in order to be able to maneuver properly. You'd have to be like Mike
Gives the
Penn.
ball off.
Well,
Well-
and the power really helps too, right?
Yeah.
The offense has been knocking on the door, and now they just kicked it down.
Yeah, Mike Penn is one of those backs who's fast, but yet can also turn on a dime.
Yeah, but see that I was able to bounce off a defender and then keep pushing ahead there too, right?
Yep.
Like Gaines might not be Mike Penn, but
Benson comes in to attempt
you know what? He's still pretty good. Mike Penn, by the way, is the halfback on
And
the
it's on its way. The point anchor is
Atlanta male barnyard poultry type birds,
Cox.
who is a
the home
phenomenal
team
running
are
back
lined up for the kickoff.
who is usually in the top 5 in broken tackles in the league.
Yeah, he's a monster, and he's agile and fast, too. A lot of those strong D teams seem to have, like, amazing running backs, though.
From the
It's funny
8-yard
because
line
you'd think
to
that would
the
be
20.
reserved for the Smash Mouth teams, but no, the strong D teams have all the good running backs.
Yeah, it seems like they have one bright spot on the offense, right?
Yeah, it's probably because they like to run the ball 3 times and then punt. That's their strategy.
Yeah.
Newman using split backs. Passing on 1st down. Closing in. Big
Ah, you stole it from me.
Yeah, Holt has got 2 sacks in this game now.
You have to go
I would have
through
had
the
it if he hadn't
progression
stole
to
it
get rid
from
of the
me.
ball. Give
Yeah.
your receivers a chance to make a play. You just can't take a sack in a situation like that.
It's 2nd down and 15 to go. Throws it, and he can't hang on.
Running back trying to catch a low pass, eh?
Yep.
Out of the gun. Pressure coming with the throw. Pass falls incomplete.
Yep.
They dropped everyone back in coverage. You just
Got good pressure and then pass defense.
Yeah.
They were outnumbered on the line, and they still put on a good pass rush.
I don't know, he's practically riding that guy before the ball even comes into the air.
Other than
Yeah.
moving backward. Here's the kick. Fair catch called for. So they have 1st and 10 here. They have the lead, and one big reason is because they've done a real good job on the ground on 1st down.
Not bad. And that success leads to bigger and better things.
Wow, look at that, eh? Nobody blocked anybody, and then on top of that, they're gonna give us a penalty too.
Yeah, you know, you're doing too well on offense here, so
Yeah. Oh well.
it's time that they even up the game.
Yeah, it's 1st and 20 now.
Ball on their own 21.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Changing the play now. Dropping back to pass on 1st down. With the pass on the money. Loses one tackle. Big hit there. He was run over by a truck.
Well, we got a little bit of it back.
We'll be looking at 2nd down now after that pass
Yep.
picks up 5 yards.
We got more rushing yards than passing yards so far in this game. That's pretty unusual too.
Yeah, it is. Well, maybe that's why they feel the need to defend against the run.
Give it to the halfback.
Oh! Look at you!
Yeah.
Him down at the
Slippery
37.
motherfucker.
Take a look at this. He gets himself into position, keeps his legs under him, and then
Martin got a good block there, too.
Yeah. But again, though, that's what, you know, like, I wouldn't have been able to do this with a faster player, right? See, I knew I wasn't going to be able to run around the outside of this situation here, because as soon as I did that, this guy would just rip off that block and jump outside on me, right? I knew that that would happen. So I just made it, like, look at that cut. And then I managed to steer back in behind there, and the only thing that kept me from turning this into a big run is that number 86 there, Green, is not fast enough to stay out in front of me, right?
Yep.
But otherwise, though, that was a very well executed run play too. Like the other players did their job so that I could do what I did, right?
Yep.
Stepping up.
Well, I don't know why I threw that. Wow.
Yeah, you should have thrown it to Anderson.
Yeah. I totally
fired the ball out there before he wanted to.
was vacant on that one, because that was obviously not the place to throw it.
It was the big, long replay explanation.
Yeah.
Gaines is like, damn it, I pulled off all those slick moves for nothing.
Yep.
Not much hang time on this one.
Wow, that was another long one.
Yep. Yeah, if you can get a decent roll, you never shank a punt out of bounds doing that. And I would rather punt the ball and get a net of 30 to 35 yards with no return than shank a ball out of bounds 10 yards downfield, right?
Yep.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Gets the pass off. This
Wow,
pass is incomplete.
that was...
I think he actually knocked that ball out of his hands.
Yeah, especially because I'm not very good at the kicking game, right? So that particular exploit, I guess, is a little bit of a crutch that I can lean on, right?
Yep.
Only one man in the backfield. Newman with a man in motion.
Gonna make it 3 for Seymour.
Drops back. With the throw. Perfect throw. He was really hit hard on that.
Badly, no.
No, that looked like an early cutoff route of some sort too, eh?
And he got a depleter.
Well, and it was pretty well covered, but he still held on to it. That's the thing with these sometimes, right? They can be pretty well covered, but he'll still hold on to it anyway.
Well, see, these guys have double jointed arms, so if the quarterback hits them right between the shoulder blades with the ball, they can just bend their arms around backwards and trap it, right?
No, they really can, actually. If you look at some of the replays, that actually happens.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. It was bound to happen. Oh, look at this. Now he's going to go sit down for a while, too.
Yep.
It was bound to happen sooner or later. You keep pushing your luck, and sooner or later it will run out.
But yeah, like on some of these replays, the quarterback's arm will like turn around backwards inside of him through his chest, and then he throws the ball while he's being hit.
Yeah.
Like, you see a lot of funny things like that we don't tend to show, because it's just whatever, right? It's just a flaw in the abstraction of the game.
Yeah.
Just animation glitches and things like that. I'm not too focused on that kind of thing. I really just be happy with playing the game as it is, as long as they make smart play calls.
Yeah, well, like that last defensive play that they called before halftime was an absolutely awful call, right?
Number 6 with a man.
Like it was basically a huge strategic mistake.
He's looking, trying something to the left.
Oh,
You overthrew him.
yeah.
The receiver might have had a step, but the ball sailed.
He's got a strong arm, and sometimes he'll let a pass get away from him a little bit. And you'll see him overthrow.
You know, like when you're in that kind of a situation, you should never ever
The trainer
do
gave me
what
some
they
good
did,
news.
right?
He did sustain an injury, but it did
No, it's only
not
a strained
appear to be
pectoral. It's not like I tore his
serious.
chest in half or anything.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update.
Oh my.
Surveys the field.
Yeah, you're not going to run over that guy. That's a defensive tackle.
Yeah, well, I had about 3 looks to 3 different places too, right? And there was nobody open. Like, they just dropped everybody back in coverage.
Anderson lines up deep for the punt return.
So I guess you could say that was a coverage sack, right?
Yep.
Very shallow punt. And he signals for the fair catch.
Ah, well,
Talk about last-minute signaling for the fair catch.
yeah. I can take it all the way back, coach. I know I can. Yeah, just cover your flats and crowd the line.
Scorpions have not fared well on first down when they've gone to the air today, John. A very low percentage and a low average.
Which is one reason they're trailing
They're
in the
giving
game.
them shit about their passing average.
Yeah, look at that. They got the big guys out there again. They're going to try and run for a first down up here.
It's second down and 8 to go. Dropped behind the line for a loss of a couple.
Well, so much for that idea.
Oh, look, they got a wide receiver on the field now.
The thing I like the most is how prepared he always is. I mean,
So
he
they'll
can
have
run
both tight ends and both
fast.
running backs block while they
He
try and
watches
throw
so
something to that
He
wide
actually
receiver, right?
anticipates what the offense is
It'll
going
be
to
just like
run
the clown
before
pass.
they call the play.
Oh, look, they got both tight ends on the same side.
The deep man. Levy. Play action. Passing run. Incomplete. That one hit him in the hands, but it just couldn't hang on.
Pretty good play call on that.
Well, that time I ate up the play action guy. So then nobody bringing pressure had to eat up the play action guy.
Very
I didn't
solid
actually eat up the
defensive
play
effort
action guy on
forced the
purpose, though.
3
They
out.
just didn't block me, so I got through the line.
Yeah.
Here's the punt.
Wow, you're going to tack a return onto this on top of it, too.
And a broken tackle.
Yeah.
On the field after a decent return. So they have first and 10 here. The defense
Well.
lines up in the nickel. Directing traffic. Throwing on first down. Throws it, and it's complete.
Bye-bye. Oh,
You got
wow.
fingernail
Yeah, I
tackle.
got fingernail tackled. I thought I had a touchdown there.
He can throw him short. He can throw him long. He can throw him medium. He can throw him anyway.
He's having a slow day today. Look at that, eh?
he sees something.
Probably because I've been having so much success running the ball, right?
Yep.
Gets the call. Hurdles through. Big hit on the ball.
Just hurdle the defensive
When you talk
tackle.
about getting unloaded on, that's what happened here. He just got unloaded on.
8 is the magic number right now.
At this point, I think we're just running the clock anyway.
Hand off to the tailback.
Or not.
Yeah, we'll just run right through the middle there and score a touchdown.
That is a big-time run right there.
He's going to be a Hall of Fame back after this.
Yeah, but again, though, like he's agile, but not so fast that I have trouble controlling him, right?
Yeah.
And I can slip him through those tight little gaps.
Benson comes in for the extra point.
You know, people might think that having a 90-plus speed halfback is better, but I don't think that I necessarily agree with that.
Yeah, well, if you can get consistent yardage with a good runner, it doesn't really matter how fast or slow he is. Maybe he doesn't have that big break touchdown potential like once in a blue moon, but
Decent kick. We should have a return.
you know, I think being able to get those consistent gains on the ground is just as important as being able to pull off the big flashy runs, because that enables you to have ball control, it enables you to protect the ball, it enables you to make first downs. It's a really important part of the game.
Well, it lets you play keep away too, right? The opposing offense can't score on you if you have the ball for 40 minutes every game, right?
That's right.
Line up with 2 backs behind the quarterback. Throwing short to his left.
Oh,
Great
through a
throw.
screen there.
Lewis brings him down at the 25. He makes
Yeah,
it
but there was a guy right there. He's just a little slower, so he had to run up and get him.
Yeah. Hey, at least they didn't throw that one backwards. Like, more often than not, you see those halfback screens where the guy panics and throws the ball 5 yards backwards.
Yep.
It's second down and 8 to go. Newman back in the shotgun. Pressure.
There's May. Overpowers the halfback and sacks him.
Yeah, halfbacks don't really have much of a chance against him.
He's been playing for a while now. And let me tell you, he might never be better than he is right now.
Two minutes left in the quarter. Closing in.
Oh, look at that. Holt's got 3 sacks in this game now.
Yeah, they like to line up in split backs a lot.
Yeah.
And it only really helps them if they leave both backs in to block. And actually, that time I think they were in the weak eye, 3 wide receivers. But again, like they needed to leave the halfback in the block there.
Here's the kick. Fair catch.
Well, that time I had to fair catch it because the punt coverage team was all over me there.
Yep.
So they have first and 10 here.
Oh, look at this.
They come out of the nickel. Houston moves in motion.
We'll just bring up the safety to replace, from the opposite side of the field to replace that
Play
guy.
action. Rolling out to his left. Launches it deep to the left. What a play by the corner to get the
I don't run play action very often, but I figured I'd give it a shot there because I've had so much success running the ball in this game.
Yeah.
But it worked about as well as it usually does.
See, I don't always run play action, but when I do, I
It
run it
fa-
for no gain.
Yeah, when I do, it fails. Could be running the ball for like 300 yards in a game, but I'm not the AI, therefore I cannot run play action.
But you can run the flat pass for a touchdown. There
Yep.
you go.
Number 6, obviously one of the best in the league. 50 touchdown passes this season alone.
Oh, 50 touchdown passes.
Wow.
In 10 games. And this game isn't over yet. I have a feeling I'm probably going to set some records that will stand forever here.
And it's up. And the extra point is good. Quick strike drive right there. That last touchdown drive took less than a minute off the clock, John.
Yeah, they saw a mismatch and they took advantage. This is one of those teams that can take you deep and score on one play. So when you're on defense, you have to keep the play in front of you. You can't let anybody get behind you.
From the 5.
You just want to get a big fumble with Spo's massive tackling rating.
Yeah.
First and 10. Scorpions haven't done the job on first down when they've gone to the air.
And when you see that, and then you look at the scoreboard, you kind of get an idea of what they need to do better.
Good game for the offense here in the second half.
Do you? I mean, you kind of get an idea that they need to play football better.
Yeah.
I'd expect to see them get quite a few touches here as the game winds
Well,
down.
this game has worked out pretty much the way I expected it to. They actually put up a little more resistance early than I expected, but they crumbled pretty quickly.
Yep.
Pressure coming with the pass. Incomplete pass.
No pass for you.
Soon and it missed the mark. The pass rush almost got to him.
I don't think he ever had a chance to set his feet. I'll tell you one
There
thing,
is no
this
passing in
defensive
this
coach sure
game,
has his
in this
defensive
league.
linemen pumped up.
No passes ever again.
Well, not against you anyway.
Scorpions line up with 2 backs behind the quarterback. Gets rid of it, and it's complete.
Again, that was a cut-off route, eh?
At the 40.
Yeah, I think that was probably supposed to be a corner route, but they seem to be doing that kind of thing a lot where they throw it way early.
Accuracy, everyone's open.
And we'll start the fourth quarter.
But I mean, those things could just as easily turn into drops too, right?
Or interceptions.
So they have first and 10 here. Another run. Hank with the stop at the 44-yard line. Gain of 4. Fifth play of this drive. They need 6. He surveys the field, looking deep to the right.
That could have been an interception, too.
Safety makes
Yep.
a nice play, getting to the ball and tipping it away.
Yeah, he made the play. When
See,
we
he
were
outran the
favored
corner
to
there,
that.
but your safety was deep, and he wasn't going to outrun him, all right?
Well, that's why you play that sort of thing, right? So even if somebody gets beat, you still got somebody back there to make the stop if you need them. That's why I play
And
that
the
type
sixth
scheme.
play of this drive. Levy in the back.
Especially because there's always a pretty good opportunity that I might not generate enough pressure.
Under pressure, looking for.
Oh,
Great play in the backfield.
there you go, Mr.
I
Grimm.
think they expected him to
Yeah, what were they running here? in
They were
terms
trying to
of,
throw some kind of long pass, I think. I thought that Holt was going to get him from, just have him trip over him, right?
Yeah.
See that? They had the player way deep down the left sideline there,
Yep.
and they were running a deep post in the middle as well.
Yep.
They had all 3, and then they had the one guy running the out there, right, underneath.
Well, that's why I had 3 deep zone there.
But you had, let's count them again here. Go ahead, roll it ahead a little bit more. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. You had 7 coverage guys back there covering 3 receivers.
Oh, there's a flat zone guy
yeah,
covering
there's a
this
flat
guy
guy.
too.
There, yeah, and there's the guy standing there in the flat, but he's not going to throw that to him.
He's
Right.
a little conservative on that flat coverage, I think.
Yeah,
But I guess it's fine.
Let's get
That
back
is a
to
hard
the
flat.
action.
it was 3rd down and long too, so I think he was playing that correctly. Because if he lets him catch that ball and then he picks up 3 or 4 yards, I don't think it would have mattered, right?
Yeah.
Not that he wanted to, but the coaches had to rely on this guy's leg tonight. This attempt will be his 9th. He's waving for the fair catch. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Well, I've had a lot of success with this play so far in this game, so I'm going to try it again. Oh, look at that. They swapped the 2 linebackers around. Oh, weird. I wonder why they did that.
It's a man coverage blitz.
Huh.
They have a couple of those in the stock playbooks.
Yeah.
So he adds another tackle and now has 6. Big tackle there for Lawson.
I know, it's not something that we typically draw ourselves, but they do actually have a couple of man coverage blitz packages.
When you make stops like that.
He sees something in the defense.
Well, I guess we're passing here.
With the pass, and the catch is made.
Go
Johnson
McCoy.
makes the play at
He's
the
really
37.
turned into something.
Nice ball going to the air. And
He's a good player, yep. He's a good receiver.
Well, with the way he started out, he could have just as easily been a terrible player. But he did turn into something.
See, I'm not really doing anything to write home about here through the air. I'm just, trying to run the ball and all.
Yeah, you run the ball on 1st down, and then you pass if you have to.
Yeah.
Again with the carry.
I'll tell you, this defense is getting run over.
They need about 3.
Yeah, and really that's my play calling strategy, right? I call a run play always, and then I audible to a pass if I have to, right?
Looks like he's changing the play. Martin. Green makes the tackle at the 45-yard line. Martin didn't get any help from his offensive line.
It was just about impossible to run when you have guys in the backfield just as soon as you snap the ball. The offense has been stepping it up on 3rd down all day.
He sees something in the defense.
Well, I guess you don't got to worry about
Green
running
moves
for
in
a 1st down now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be passing here.
Surveying the field. Throws on the run.
Oh.
This one goes incomplete. The little lob doesn't.
That was a pretty good play.
Yeah, well, that was just my greed again there, right? I mean, I could have probably thrown to the short guy and completed the pass, but I wanted to try and throw the long bomb.
Pump this one away.
Tisk, tisk.
Anderson will go back to
Yep,
attempt
shame
this
on
punt.
me. Ooh.
It's fine, you're kicking it short.
This one is shallow.
Oh, look, it's
short.
actually going to be an okay punt anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's almost impossible to screw that up.
Yeah, that's why I do it, right? Because it's almost impossible to screw it up badly enough that you don't get a decent exchange on it.
Yeah.
You're pretty much going to net 30 yards around there anyways.
See,
no
I
matter.
still remember the first time I pooch extra pointed.
Yeah, I know. That freaked me out. I didn't think you were going to actually make it over the crossbar, but
Pass ball's incomplete. The defense forced the issue that time, John.
now I do it all the time, too. It just takes that screwy kicking meter out of the game, right?
Yep.
Newman with split backs. Newman sends a man in motion, backing off. Pressure with the pass.
Wow.
Almost intercepted. Thought that was about to be picked
Yar!
One thing remains constant. No matter what kind of quarterback you are, rushing your throws is going to end up in incompletion.
Yeah, well, Seymour sacks the quarterback, right? It's not his job to make interceptions. He's a pass rusher who sometimes plays zone.
Only one man in the backfield.
Oh, look at this.
Down in the backfield. Great job getting
That guy is a linebacker too, right?
Yeah, and he's not even a good linebacker. I just beat that defensive, or that offensive lineman.
Yep.
I just used my agility to work around him.
It's 4th and a mile, so out comes the punter. Here's the punt.
Yeah, that was not a 3 defensive lineman line. That was actually a 3 linebacker line, right?
That's right. There was no defensive lineman in that play.
It doesn't mean anything if your team can't stop the return.
1st and 10.
And so it was all linebacker all the time. There's like, oh, I don't know, 8
Number
guys
6
in
with a
coverage
man
on
in
that play?
motion.
Silver, 72. Keys.
Receives the handoff.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I got a bit of a block from number 82 there, so I was able to turn and run up the middle a little bit.
Their blocks and the back found the right hole to get down the field and pick up a first down.
They still don't have 100 yards of offense. Like, look at that. Wow. You know, like I said, our offense gets all the press, but you got to look at what your defense does, and you know what? I could just stay home, and we would probably still do just fine, right?
Well, we wouldn't score nearly as many points.
Have to get to the 23 to convert for the first.
Yeah, they've got 69 yards passing and 24 yards rushing.
Looks like he's calling an audible. Changing the play now.
And the thing is, you turn in those kinds of defensive numbers like game in and game out too, right?
Drops back. Gets the pass
I guess I
off,
just have
and
some good
complete.
ideas,
Keeps his feet moving.
is all.
And he ducks out of bounds at the 8. Number 6 picks up more yardage with that throw and has almost reached the 300-yard mark. 8 is the magic number right now.
Yeah, there's 100 yards receiving in this game for Houston now too.
Yep.
To carry it.
See, watch, they'll be like, okay, coach, at the end of this season, you're fired because we're not selling enough hot dogs and beer because the fans always leave halfway through the game.
They've done a
Yeah.
heck of a job of it out there today.
I honestly don't think it matters.
Finish off the drive with a touchdown.
Yeah, considering the fact that we basically get 100% attendance all the time. Although
Yeah.
our attendance, again, did drop for a little while there because we were winning so badly. It's come back up now that we're not winning by like 100 points.
Oh wow! It's like nobody blocked him at all.
They
Wow.
wind up in reverse that time. Good push in the middle.
Martin
of the
must have been
line.
having
Yeah,
a
it doesn't
disagreement
matter
with
who
someone
you
on the
are.
offensive
If the
line.
defense
Yeah,
gets that
really,
much
eh?
penetration, you're going to go backwards.
Well,
Stay home. Stay home. Stretch.
wonder what we're looking at here.
Surveying the field.
No.
Almost got it.
Yeah, I should have thrown that earlier, right? I think that was a defensive lineman playing a flat there.
Let that one go. The lineman
And
can't
if I'd have thrown it a little
down
quicker,
the
I
line.
would have made that. But
Well, thankfully, it was only a defensive lineman. As you
well.
know, they can play deep zone, but they
And
can't
it's on
catch.
its way.
Yep.
The attempt is good. The home team pouring on with
Well,
another
see,
score.
even I make a mistake once in a
The
while
home
on
team
offense, right?
Set to kick it deep. Nice kick. Plenty of distance. From the 6-yard line to the 20. They forced a 3-and-out on the last series.
But yeah, on defense, you've just smothered these guys today. They haven't been able to do anything.
Dropping back. Pressure coming. Throws it.
Whoa!
Had his hands on it.
Isn't that
Wow.
something for a big old nose tackle? You play in there and all you do is take on double teams, wham blocks, then they throw you one and you don't get it.
You hear so many of those defensive linemen getting involved in the passing game type things all the time.
Leaving
Yeah,
the
well, that's
defense.
because they get
Newman
involved
with
in
a man
the
motion.
passing game a lot.
Under pressure, throwing. Keeps his feet moving. You could hear the collision up here.
He's feeling it right now. Either that or
Yeah,
his
I don't think they're
snowball
going to buy much trying to throw screen passes
Third
either.
catch of the game.
You got too many plays where you always have a flat defender out there.
Yeah, and even if I don't got a flat defender out there, I've got man coverage out there.
Dropping back. Pressure. Gets rid
I
of
got
it
that double
with the
team block
adjustment.
on me.
Yep.
Seymour records the stop at the 34-yard line. He's normally the guy they look to when they need a first down. Great catch by Martin.
Yeah, and you talk about a guy who will make every
Well, that's
catch
their
there is.
superstar
This is
wide
your
receiver
guy.
that caught
His
that
hands
one,
are
too.
so big,
Yep.
they just kind of swallow the football.
Yeah, he's the guy who makes up almost all their catches.
Yeah.
Levy in the backfield. Newman sends a man in motion. Dropping back to pass on first down. Closing in.
There's May again.
Protection breaks down, and he's sacked. A day to forget for this offensive line. They've given up,
Look at that.
believe it, 10 sacks.
Yeah. See that? He just shoved that guy out of his way and then went right there.
Wow, they've given up 10 sacks.
Yep. That's a good day by any defense's standards. I told you, though, these guys are not very good at protecting the quarterback, right?
Second
They don't mix up their play calling enough. Like, they should run the ball more. And
They just audibled out of that.
they keep trying to
The
throw
backs are lined up in an eye.
slower
Brown
developing
just
pass
couldn't get that
plays
pass
too,
under
right?
control.
Yeah,
Which
they've got a
makes
very
it
slow offense.
which makes it really easy to sack them.
He's always been able to catch a ball. He has soft hands and good body control. He ran a good route, and the quarterback made the right read. He just didn't bring it in.
Like, I think you've got 3 players on this team at least now with multiple
Quarterback
sacks in
lines up
this
with two
game,
backs
right?
behind him. Slings it to the outside. He's
Yeah.
brought down behind the line for a short loss. Levy.
See, that's what happens when you have flat zone and man coverage.
Yeah, you get a team tackle behind the line. Behind the line of scrimmage, 2 guys on
John,
him.
how frustrated is the coach right now? He's coming to punt 11 times.
Wow.
He signals for a fair catch.
That's a lot of fair catches. Pretty sure we lead the league in fair catches, eh?
If only they kept a statistic
So
for
they
it in
have
this
first
game.
and 10 here.
Yeah.
Let's go! Lucy! Set.
Scorpions come out in a nickel package. Number 6 with a man in motion.
Damn it. Can't remember how to undo that now again.
Oh, that's the right trigger and then just any direction.
Anderson was stuffed on that
Just
play,
think
John.
They're
linebacker
just
shift.
relentless
Oh.
when the offense decides to
Oh,
run the
that
ball.
first and then
They
any
break down
D-pad
blocks
direction.
very quickly.
Yep.
They do a good job maintaining their gap assignments, limiting cutback opportunities.
To cancel
Second
motion.
and long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Delta, switch one.
You make a linebacker shift to cancel motion.
Set. String 'em up. Brown, 35. Come on. White, 53. Hut.
Drops back with the throw, and it's caught. The 40. During records the stop at the 47-yard line.
Well, the safeties are having a busy day.
Yep, they are.
It's first and 10.
Well, there, I just passed 300 yards throwing.
Set. Check 2.
Houston in motion.
Brown,
Changing the play
48.
now.
Yeah, that's better. Okay.
Gaines. Back breaks free.
And look at that, because you're slow and pokey, you can actually follow your lineman.
Yep. Yeah, that was actually pretty nice, right? A little counter step there, and there's the guard out there pulling, and there he is, and I'm following him. There's number 74 blocking the corner because the wide receiver let him go, right? He
Yeah, thanks, John
Totally
Mike
let him
Houston.
go. Didn't even block the safety. But
So let's pick up
a
the
successful running play regardless.
first down marker just inside.
He's got 150
the
yards
43.
in this game. Wow.
Tiger out. Set.
Well, we'll let this run down to 2 minutes.
Hit it, Gus. Hit it. Shark bait. Shark bait. Keys.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of speed to run successfully. I mean, if you look at the longest run from scrimmage that I have this season, that's actually with our fullback. Remember, he
Yeah,
tore
the
off
big
that
80-yard run.
Yeah, he tore off that 80-yard run there, Martin, number 20.
Set. Let's get him.
Yeah, well, he's kind of like Gaines, only a lot slower.
Yeah, he's a bit slower than Gaines, but
Blake makes the stop at the 39.
Well, you got a good gain on the ground there, at least.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how well Martin would have done in the halfback position, because we kind of converted him over to the fullback position as soon as possible.
Yeah, well, maybe we didn't really give him a fair chance, right?
But he is an excellent fullback.
Yeah, he is. He's a good ball-carrying fullback, actually.
Brown, 28.
I don't think I even need to pretend that I'm going to do anything other than run now.
Come on.
Looking for room. Stopped behind the line. Lost him a couple.
Because unless they spend some timeouts and stop the clock and that kind of thing, I'm going to run the clock out here anyways.
It's play action.
He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. But he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
Dog left. Cowboy out. Loose. Scam it.
Yeah, this should be the last play of the game, I think.
Let's go.
Yeah, unless St. Louis calls a timeout, and then they'll have 2 remaining.
Yeah.
Delta, switch one.
Martin. Langham makes the tackle at the
No,
30.
that was the last play of the game. All we need to do now is just let the clock run out.
I like how the coach is still sitting there talking strategy on the sideline.
Yeah. Well, he's probably talking about what he's going to be doing this off season when he's, unemployed.
He's like, you see this beach?
Well, you know what? Any coach that would make that defensive play call on the last play of the first half and give up a long bomb touchdown deserves to be fired.
Yeah. It's so empty.
Because
You think we lost this game?
In that situation, I would have had 3 guys playing deep zone in my own end zone for sure. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I always savor the pass coverage. I'm a big believer in saturated coverage.
Well, I think you held them to less than 100 yards offense in this game. Total offense.
No way.
I think you did.
No.
Well, let's see.
Oh, I did.
Yep, by 2 yards. So you held them to 98 yards of total offense, 25 yards rushing, and 73 yards passing.
Wow.
And you got an interception.
That's ridiculous.
But look at that. I ran for 234 yards and passed for exactly 300 yards. So, just another day at the office for Rec V5X.
Yep.
Actually, kind of a poor day. A
Oh.
subpar day. I only completed 64% of my passes.
Well, John Mike Houston dropped one, and you had a couple overthrows.
Yeah, and I got sacked a couple of times. But Gaines had a great day. Wow.
So did Anderson, actually,
Yeah, Anderson
for that
had
matter.
a pretty good day, too. Martin got the ball a few times. He didn't really have a great day, but
He's a fullback.
he's a fullback. Look at Anderson with his broken tackles there, hey? Gaines with the long run.
Well, it would be good if Anderson could get better at it.
Yeah. So Houston with 5 catches, White with 5 catches. McCoy got a couple. Hudson got 1. And that's that at the end of the first half, this is the guy I threw that touchdown to, right?
Yep.
John Mike Houston Mark II, basically.
Yeah, John Mike Houston Mark III didn't get any touches this game.
Yeah, because he's wide receiver 5. I tried throwing one to him, but that was that almost interception that I threw there.
Yep.
Because I did something dumb. So, anyway.
Well, outside of kickoff coverage,
It was pretty evenly distributed, tackle-wise.
it always is, though, usually.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that you don't usually have any single standouts. Your defense is more of a team unit type of a thing, right?
Holt got 3 sacks this game.
Yep.
Greg May got 2.
Yep.
And Seymour got 2. And I got one with Hicks by working my way around an offensive lineman that has 70 pounds on me.
Yeah. And you got one with Grimm, too.
Yeah. And Kerry got that one because the guy who he was in man coverage with was a wide receiver with a pass blocking assignment. I don't even know how you audible that. So what ended up happening was he pancaked that wide receiver. I guess he's a little smaller than I thought. I mean, he is a safety. He does have like 68 tackling and like I think almost 60 strength. So he's bigger. He's still stronger than a wide receiver, but he's actually a bit slimmer than I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Alford got an interception. And then Sandman 99 got 2 pass deflections in this game. That's not very common that he gets some work.
Yeah, well, they did try and throw a couple of long streaks down the sideline, right?
Yep. And then Lewis tied him from leading the team in pass deflections, followed by Boston, followed by Seymour, the non-pass defender, 242 pound pass defender, 266 pound pass defender. You know, just usual stuff. And no defensive touchdowns. And you made both of your kicks.
I did. I made both of my field goals in this game.
And you had a net average of 34
net average,
yards.
see what I mean? That's what that little exploit punt thing does, though, right? Like, look at that. That's almost as good as that would put me in the top 5 for net average punting, right?
Yeah, and your longest this game was 40.
Yeah. But still, I mean, if you can net around 35 yards a punt,
you're good enough to play in the league.
Yeah, that's plenty good enough, right?
Well, it doesn't look like they did too good on quarterback rating there.
No, well, you sacked him a lot. Like, you sacked him 10 times. So he probably lost 30 yards worth of passes there just from being sacked, right?
Yeah.
Because the passing yardage total that they give the quarterback is not counting the losses due to sacks, right?
Yep.
But you only allowed him to complete 35% of his passes. Wow. So 1 in every 3 pass attempts was successful.
Well, that's good, right?
Yeah. But as
Maybe
usual,
not for him.
They didn't really run the ball very much, right? Because they're just not that kind of team. But you allowed a long run of 7 yards.
God damn.
Yeah.
A leaky run defense.
So. And quite a few drops as well in this game. But that's a symptom of what happens when a player gets hit while he's trying to catch the ball, right?
Especially when he gets hit by a lineman.
Yeah, like you don't see too many unforced drops, right?
Yeah, it's just capital B big.
Yeah.
That linebacker was all over the place.
Yeah. Well, they had a couple of defensive line sacks as well due to coverage, right? Both of those I dropped back to pass and I didn't, they managed to fool me with the coverage that they had. They showed me something that made me misread it, right?
Yep.
And they got their 1 field goal, but look at that. See, they averaged 35 yards per punt too.
Yeah, they didn't do any better.
That was not their net. This is their net.
Yeah.
I actually outdid them in net punting average by 3 yards per punt.
Wow.
Right? And I don't think I made a full power punt in the whole thing, whole game, right?
Yep.
I was just doing that little dink thing just
for you, your net average and your average were the exact same number.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that just goes to show, I mean, the only time that you might really want to punt full power is if you're punting from your own 2-yard line or something.
Yeah.
And then you do that on 3rd down so they don't actually put the punt return team out. That way you can punt the ball 70 yards and they don't return it.
That's right.
Anyway, let's see who the player of the game is. I think Anthony Gaines this time around. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was,
sure.
Yeah.
That was a great performance.
Amazing.
His best game of the season.
Best game of his career, just about.
No, he's had 200-yard rushing.
Has he?
Oh, yeah. With you, he's had 200-yard rushing.
I don't know. I can't remember
games.
these things.
Anyway, we blew these guys out again, ran roughshod over them just like I expected.
And what would you say? Soul-sucking defense?
Yes, soul-sucking defense. You just don't allow them to do anything. You smother them.
Well, I'm RecV5.
And I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.